that's too much icing, I would think.
No, you'll be fine. I'm telling you, it'll be fine. I promise you.
But it's not, the icing won't harden properly as well. It's not going to be hard enough.
It doesn't have to be hard.
But it has to be smooth.
It'll be smooth, but it won't be hard.
The buttercream is not going to get that smooth.
It'll be.
You did not just sit up there and say, oh, now it's a $60 cake. When the other day, you laid us out about, I don't care if it's a $60 cake. It needs to be perfect. It needs to be this. It needs to be that. No. You did not say that.
Well, as far as more materials, I didn't say to spend a whole lot of money on the materials. I just said our love and energy. There's a difference.
Did you or did you not see how thin my horn part was?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ask to make this massive? No. Okay.
No, but the thing
I
is
wanted a thin, light looking, which I understand that we needed a little bit more of that to secure it because we didn't want it all flimsy or whatever.
All I'm saying is that
I'm
saying if you take icing, it'll work. I'm telling you.
Well, another option is just to leave it like that. Once it's painted gold.
Well, the thing is, I agree with Tracy.
I mean, like you said, there's more cost involved if we're going to build it up. And icing is not, I agree with Tracy, icing is not going to work.
I'm telling you, a little bit of icing will work. Just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, just wipe it off.
How about this? How do we do this? And you hate to kind of add anything else to it, but maybe if we could shape a little bit of the marshmallow tree.
No, it ain't gonna work.
But then it won't.
Thin, because it bends. That's the only reason why I'm saying it. If we cut a thin slice of it and just put it here, and then skirt the rest of the horn over it, it's going to give us the support.
You're gonna hate it. I'm telling you.
Why? Because it's bumpy?
Yeah, you're gonna hate it.
Well, I'm thinking if we roll it out, you know what I mean? Put icing on it to help smooth it. I don't know.
I would say if you're gonna fool around with it, either just plain old icing or go ahead and fool around with it, fondant. But I'm telling you, if you use icing, you'll be happy with it. All you need is a little bit. You're thinking you need a whole lot, but you don't.
Well, I see what she's saying, because over here, I mean, the horn is like full, like this.
Yeah, but it won't be that much. I'm telling you. You put the icing on there. You put the icing on there a little bit at a time. It'll be fine. Because all you really got to do is get rid of this little area here, and that's not that much icing. That's just a little bit. It'll be fine. And then everybody will be happy. You get rid of the bumps, you get rid of the seams.
I'm happy with it now.
I'm not. I'm happy with it to a degree as well. It's just I'm very concerned about the look of the actual horn part because with the French horn, I mean the horn is.
Right. If you put ice in there and put it in here to get rid of these nasty little bumps, I think that'll do the trick. And that's all you need. I don't think you need fondant. I mean, if you really insist on fondant, knock yourself out, but I don't think you need it. I think icing will work. If you want to use the Rice Krispie treats, you can use it behind here, and then put more.
But we don't need it because this part is perfect to attach to the cake.
Yeah, but
because
I'm saying when you attach to the
go,
cake, you need something.
The cake, actually, we're going to kind of stick it, take the circle part.
It'll work over here. If you need to fill a gap over here, this is where you could use the Rice Krispie treat right there as a little bridge.
Right.
But you don't want to put the Rice Krispie treat over here because I'm telling you, it's going to be too bumpy.
Okay, well, I feel you on that, but I just can't imagine icing being enough.
Well, I'll leave you with the executive decision between icing or fondant. It's in your hands. I acquiesce to you. I'm acquiescing.
Well, I see Tracy's point. I would just leave it like this.
No.
Because, she wasn't expecting too much detail. I think this is pretty good, especially if the cake is facing this way, where they're not seeing this too much. If the cake is going this way, like this is the cake and this is the horn. Vantage point, we see the horn, and then the cake's going to go here, and then the mouthpiece over here. This is showing the top view of it. So that's why we're looking at it from the top view, not from how we would naturally be looking at the cake, straight on. Right. And we do see the bell this way, straight on.
Right.
So when people look at the cake, they're going to be seeing it straight on. Unless they stand behind it. Then they're going to... But... Okay, so here is the French horn cake. Tracy put some fondant over what Robert had made to build it up a little more, to give it more of that French horn bell thingy look. And then she placed more white fondant over it, so it's taking shape. There's the little mouthpiece there. So far this is what we have for the French horn cake, which has turned out to be a bigger project than I thought it would be. But we'll see how it turns out. Okay, Tracy is working on putting all the thingamabobbers on. I don't know what they're called on the cake. Pretty good. Pretty good. Then we're going to have to hand paint. Unless Tracy just wants to do the whole thing gold and doesn't mind it's all gold without the white spaces in between. But here you go.
I don't know yet. We have to. I don't know. I have to see.
Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so Tracy is airbrushing it gold. I think it looks pretty good. We were going to try and leave this white in here, or maybe go in and paint it, but I think we're agreeing that all of it gold looks fine. She's going to do the little mouthpiece silver, then inside the bell maybe black to give it a little more dimension. But we survived the French horn cake, so we'll be back.
And me and Rob are still friends.
Okay, well here's the final result of the French horn cake. It was a collaboration between Rob and Tracy. I just baked the cake. They did everything else, which was great for me. So here are some of the details. The mouthpiece, like I said before, Tracy builds up the bell part of it. Inside black. And this was the cake that was going along with it. This is actually the lady who ordered it. This was her birthday cake, and she wanted a beaker cake, which we covered in fondant, painted the measurements, and she wanted musical notes coming out of it. And this was for her boyfriend. So these are the two cakes that they are getting. And with this one, it was basically baked in the doll pan, but I just didn't put a lot of batter in it. The top part of it was Rice Krispie treats. Covered it in fondant, airbrushed it silver, then painted blue here, then went over it with silver again. That was Robert's suggestion. He said it would make it look more like glass. Then I painted the measurements like I said. These are fondant musical notes. Tracy shaped these to make them more dimensional. Then I painted them with confectioner's glaze and sprinkled black disco dust on it. So these are the two cakes. The beaker musical cake and the French horn cake. Ta-ta for now.